What is up, guys? This is Lynx. Today I'm bringing you another Destiny video. Today's video is going to be about the first step of these Crota end raid. So let's go ahead and get on in it. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the actual chest that you can find in this part of the raid. So what you're going to want to do for this chest is run up to the actual first part of the lamp and then run to the left and look through doors. And in one of those doors there will be a chest in there. I'll go into it. I'll go in depth in a video about this later. I'll leave that video link in the description below. So right off the bat, we're going to talk about being level 31 in order to do this raid. I know that the raid, you only have to be level, it says it's level 30, but once you actually get to this part, like the enemies are only level 30 right now, but once you get to different parts, the enemies will be level 31 and then level 32 later on in the raid. I tried this being level 30, and I mean, it's doable. But even though you're still only fighting thralls, and those are like the weakest enemy in the game, being level 31 will help out tremendously just with the extra damage for being level 31. So what we're first going to talk about in this actual part of the raid are the lamps. So what these lamps serve a purpose for is to pretty much guide you through the maze. This is what the first part is pretty much a maze through the darkness with thralls attacking you and stuff like that. So what these lamps will do is they're going to guide you through the maze, so you're going to want to follow the lamps from part to part and stuff like that. Now if you can see, we have Weight of Darkness. Now what this actually does is it will slow you down and make it so you cannot jump, therefore making it easier for the thralls to kill you and overwhelm you and stuff like that. So what the lamps do is the longer you stay by them, it will actually make your Weight of Darkness go down, therefore making you be able to run and jump easier from lamp to lamp. So if I had a tip, I would just go ahead and stay by the Weight of Darkness until all your groups, I would stay by the lamps until your group's Weight of Darkness is down to like 1 or 2 or something like that. But you have to be careful, because if you stay by the lamps too long, they will start turning orange. That's a really good indicator to go ahead and get the hell out of there. Once they turn orange, they will actually explode and kill everything around it. There's no surviving that explosion. If you're around it, it will kill you. So the next thing is the guns to use. I am actually using the Fatebringer through this part of the raid simply because thralls are easy. The thralls are a one-shot kill with hand cannons, and what the Fatebringer does is it actually has a perk where if you get a headshot, it'll explode and kill the enemies around it. And that helps for the thralls, because basically if you get a headshot and the thralls and around a group of other thralls, you're going to kill them all with a headshot. Not to mention the fact that the Fatebringer actually has a 12-round clip, which is pretty amazing for a hand cannon. Now the next thing is staying together as a group. Do not try to be a hero with this. Stay together as a group, just because of the fact that if one person tries to go out on their own, it's going to leave the other guys by themselves, and it's going to leave you by yourself more than anything. And if you're by yourself and you have 10 thralls coming at you, inevitably you're going to die. Not to mention the fact that if you have people who have never done it before, then they're not going to know where to go and stuff like that. So just stay together as a group. The other thing is, do not worry about wasting your heavy ammo and or superpowers during this beginning part of the raid. You'll see what I mean later on. I'll explain it later, but just during this part, don't waste your heavy ammo or your super. You're going to need it more near the end of this step. You're going to see me use it just because we start getting close to the end and I really don't want to wipe it and reset it, so I just go ahead and use it to kill some thralls, clear out of the way and get my teammates to safety. One of the most important things about having this is probably have a leader that tells you when to go. So basically what this leader is going to do is it's going to be the first person to leave the lamps, and it's going to call out like when to go, which way to go, and also call out the holes. If you haven't noticed it yet, on the actual floor of this raid there are huge holes where people can fall in and die, and that's actually where the thralls spawn from. Another tip is, if people die in this, don't worry about reviving them. Now obviously if it gets down to like 2 people, then go ahead and just wipe it and reset. But if only like 2 people die, just don't worry about reviving them, just because of the fact that they do have a revive timer, and you're gonna have to sit there and wait, and then the Weight of Darkness is gonna weigh down on you, and then the thralls are just gonna keep coming, and that's just gonna cause a big problem. You're gonna have to inevitably wipe anyway. So that's pretty much it for this actual maze part. Just like I said, follow the maze around until you get to the end. Now, you're going to know at the end when you see a platform like this one. Now, what you're going to do with this part of the raid is actually have to spawn a bridge by standing on this platform, and then the bridge will allow you to run to the next part of the raid. Now, this is what I was talking about saving your heavy ammo and your supers for. What you're going to need to do is pretty much stand your ground at this part of the raid. Now, it may seem easy because there's just thralls right now, but this bridge takes about 30 to 45 seconds to actually spawn up. So what you're going to do is just have everybody sit here and defend themselves. You're going to have knights coming up. You're going to have ogres coming up. So just use your supers when they come and try to drop them as fast as you can, so that way you can have as many teammates alive as possible. Like I said, having a Titan in this would actually be very helpful, just because of the fact that Weapons of Light will obviously give you more gun damage, and then Blessing of Light will give you more health. And so if we didn't have a Titan in this, I mean, we still made it through easily, but if I could go back and do it, I would have had a Titan. Another thing is, if you have a Galahorn, obviously use that. Takes out the ogres in about 2 shots at level 30, and I was level 31. So that helps out a lot. Gold Gun does a lot. Pretty much any super just helps out. It makes things easier. That's what I'm trying to say. It makes things easier. And then once the bridge actually spawns up, you'll know, because in the bottom left above your super bar, your energy bar, whatever you want to call it, it will say the bridge is fully constructed. Then you're going to want to actually run across the bridge. Now, people are going to crawl up on the bridge, and if there are still ogres, the ogres will shoot at you, and everything's still going to be attacking you. Once you get to the bridge, don't look back. Just keep running forward, because actually after you get past the bridge and run into the light, you're going to just be teleported to the next step, and everyone will have the checkpoint, and everyone will respawn after you get past the bridge. So just keep running, and then you have made it to safety. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. If you want to see more Destiny videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe. I'll have a link to the second step in the description below. Thanks for watching. For anything and everything Destiny, this has been Lynx, and I'll see you in my next video.